All right, man. Welcome back to Agree to Disagree. And if you're new, welcome to Agree to Disagree. My boy Jay Lloyd, BG, got Pops, got Craig in the cut on this one, man. Hey, I can't see the lightings off. What that say? Fakers. What that say? Oh, Lakers. Got it.
Okay.
He said, if they lose, you better block me.
Got it. Let's get into it, man. All right, so NBA Finals is here, man. It's a bittersweet moment. Bitter because that means basketball is over soon. Me and Pops were talking about it the other day. The only thing about NBA Finals, that means we know basketball is coming to an end. We know there's 7 games left at minimum 4. So we're going to talk about these Miami Heat and your Los Angeles Lakers predictions. We're going to start with you, Jay. I'm going to kick it off with you. I need how many games,
Okay.
why you feel that way, and some of your concerns for the team that you think will win.
I got the Lakers in 6.
Okay.
I got the Lakers in 6. I would not be surprised if it goes 7. My concerns is just I honestly feel like Espo's a better coach. I honestly do feel like the Miami Heat have a better team, quote unquote team, meaning they work together, they like each other. Like I feel like they have a better unit. I just feel like LeBron and AD are clearly better than both before. So with that, it styles. I feel like LeBron and AD were able to enforce their will on the different nuggets. I thought Mike Malone, even though he's a great coach, I still feel like you could tell he didn't really have the experience in them situations, especially in that closeout game. And I feel like when you're dealing with Espo, it's going to be a little different because he's won a couple of those. So that concerns me, man. I just feel like we're going to have to play really, 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 really great to beat these guys, man. Like, it's not going to be what people feel. Like, they're a good team and they're well coached. I feel like they just beat a team that was better than them, honestly, in terms of players. Boston had, I feel like, Jason Tatum is amazing. And they took them apart. They took the Milwaukee Bucks apart, which they had a great player too. So they've had the last couple of rounds where they've had great players and they've neutralized those players and were able to win a series. So I don't feel like it could be any different here, but I feel like with LeBron and AD, that'll be a tough task for them to overcome. So I'll say the Lakers in 6, y'all.
Question, Jay. How many role players do you think need to show up in order? I know you said you got Lakers. I mean, you got LeBron and AD, but how many do they need? How many sidekicks do they need to show up?
That's a good question, Jay. I would say at least 2 a game. I think Rondo is going to make plays, but I think Miami's going to zone a lot. So, like, KCP has to make shots. Danny Green has to be what they paid him for. Like, those dudes got to make shots. So, to answer your question, I would say at least 2 more guys. Rondo's going to be there as a third playmaker, experienced guy, but they're going to need one more guy that can really knock down open shots to make that zone play honest.
That's a good point.
True.
Yeah.
Pops, I saw you shaking your head. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get that off your chest.
Yeah, man, because I don't know. I mean, Spo is a good coach. He is good.
Reckless on 3.
Spo didn't win championship. Who did Spo have? LeBron James. Okay? D Wade. Come on. I mean, let's stop this, man. We got to stop this. And you know, LeBron's on one, and I don't know why we trying to act like, you know, man. Jay was talking like Miami, #1 seed. I mean, let's give do credit where credit is due. It's LeBron James. Now, don't get me wrong. Miami is a good team. But the Lakers, they're different. Like, we built different, dog. That size. Here again, Bam is not the Joker. They can kind of play. They got some guys they can throw at Bam. Now, it's a matter of the Lakers playing with their size. If it works out, if Dwight Howard does what he does and he can contain Bam, that size is going to be a problem. Stop. Y'all. Boy, if y'all don't stop this, I mean,
Dwight Howard almost blew the game for him, acting out.
But you notice, here again, he was doing that coming off the bench. Do you notice when he started, he stopped doing that? Dwight ain't dumb, man. He knows.
He got an unnecessary technical the last game.
One game. All right. So what? But who took over?
Your point is not proven. That's
y'all
what.
stop, man. Y'all acting like stop. Y'all need to stop.
Who you got, man? Who you got?
I got, man, you know what? I'm putting Jay talking about 6. I got the Lakers in 5. Just like I've been having everybody else the Lakers play in 5. I'm done. Y'all tripping. Let's go.
Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, I've been picking sweeps. I gotta go with Jay. Lakers in 6. I'm gonna get a Heat a lot of respect. They deserve it. I was listening to ESPN today, man, and Key and them was right. It's hard to argue that the best 2 teams are playing in the finals. Now, did we expect that before the season started? No, but I just think, like I said before, the bubble has created so many mismatches, so many, like I told you before, I thought the Clippers and the Bucks were going to be the Lakers' biggest threat, and they're not even going to see either one of them. But I just think that it's going to be a tough series. And to your point, your question, John, the biggest issue the Lakers are going to have is that they finally have a team that can match them intensity-wise, from the sense that they have the leadership and they got that magic that a championship team had. That's what I'm afraid of, because I would rather the Lakers play the Celtics than Miami, because I know that mental edge, Miami can match the Lakers on that, especially with Jimmy Butler, leading the team. So that's the one thing I'm concerned about. But I think I got to give them the respect, man. And the Western and Eastern Conference Finals were awesome, man. I expect this series to be just as good, if not better.
Agreed. Go ahead, BG.
Yeah, I agree with Craig, man, 100%. You got to give them the respect that they deserve, that they've earned, right? But I'm gonna go with what everybody's saying. I got the Lakers at 6. But to me, like, the storylines was Jay always talks about narratives and stuff. And I brought this up to our group chat earlier. How LeBron went out with the Heat, and that was kind of a messy situation. So Pat Riley and and Eric Spoelstra have that on their chip on their shoulder. You got all those young players that have the chip on their shoulder. And like to Craig's point, man, you match that intensity with a good team like the Lakers, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't think the Lakers have faced that yet. I don't think everybody's on Twitter and the news is talking about, barbecue chicken for Anthony Davis on Bam. I don't think it's going to happen. I think AD is that great. He's going to get his, but to say barbecue chicken, like he's just going to go at him every time and not even make it, a contest, I think that feeds into what the Heat are about. You know what I mean? And my last point, to the Heat's credit, I like what Jimmy Butler said. He said, if you want to win a championship in this league, you got to go through the best, and the best right now is LeBron. So I know they're not going to back down, but I just think, and obviously the Lakers storyline with Kobe and, LeBron knowing if he wins this one, that's his 3rd time leading 3 different franchises to a championship, and what that could mean to his legacy is going to, I think, maybe put it over the top for him. So, but it's going to be a good series, and I don't think it's going to be as easy as people are making it seem. But I mean, we have said that almost about every team the Lakers played, but we'll see. But I got the Lakers in 6.
Tough one, man. Just because Pops.
Okay.
It's a tough one, man. Only because I feel like Miami hasn't really been tested yet. I don't all playoffs, they've been down at any point. Same thing goes for the Lakers. I think this is going 7. And I think what Jay said before this bubble even taking place, I didn't get it now, but I see it now. Watching later on in the rounds, coaching is a big part, man. There's no crowd, there's no like those energy plays, so it comes down to executing, and they're really good at executing a game plan offensively and defensively. But I still think LeBron James and Anthony Davis is just too much. Bam is solid. Bam is solid. AD ain't about to just walk over him like he did Jokic. AD is obviously the better player. I do see him getting the best of Bam, but I just think there's still, even though Miami's done all they did, like people are still kind of underestimating them a little bit. So that's why I think it's going to go 7. I know most of it is just Laker fans being Laker fans, but I think this is going to be a good series. I think it's going to go 7. I expect Miami's role players to play better than the Lakers' role players. And something Jay talk about all the time, man. That stage, man, this ain't the semifinals. This ain't the Eastern or Western Conference Finals. This is the NBA Finals. So it's gonna be interesting to see like who shows up on that stage.
Well, you just said something about the stage, right? You just said something about the stage, the bright light. Dwight's been on that stage. LeBron's been on that stage. Rondo's been on that stage. Danny Green's been on that stage. Who in Miami has been on that stage?
No one's been on that stage.
But they're fearless, though.
Yeah, you can be fearless. You can be fearless, but it's see, because the great ones, LeBron knows that now I got to go to that 5th gear. I just have to get there. Now he's going into championship mode. That's a different dude.
Pops, but you need your role players too, bro. The same role players, the KCPs that been hitting big shots, the Kyle Kuzmas that been hitting big shots, like those guys. I'm not worried about the proven guys. I'm worried about them other guys that haven't been there that play a big role on the Lakers offensively.
So you're not worried about Duncan Robinson and Hero? That's never been there?
No. Like I said, it's a stage, not just for the Lakers. It's a stage for all of them. But I say I still think that Houston role players will play better than Lakers role players. Yes, but the Lakers stars they're gonna outshine.
Real quick, John. Jay brought it up earlier, and it goes to Pops and your point too, John. The zone defense that the Heat play. I'm not saying the Lakers aren't smart enough to figure it out, but it throws you off. Like nobody in the NBA plays zone like that. Like they've played it here and there, but Spoelstra's been known. I mean, you see it. You saw it at the Eastern Conference Finals. Like we're gonna play it and we're gonna do different things with it. And if guys aren't hitting shots, then how does LeBron and AD get their buckets? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not saying they're not gonna figure it out, but that's gonna be hard to adjust to. And then they switch so often too.
I don't think they struggle with the zone. Just because they have an Anthony Davis, put him at the high post. They have a LeBron James, put him at the high post, and then they have a Rondo. I don't really think they struggle with the zone in terms of knowing what to do, but making shots maybe, but not knowing what to do, I don't see that.
That yeah. I guess that's the better way to say it. Because I don't think NBA teams will struggle with it, but I just think it's different. You know what I mean? Like teams are used to playing, coming out of timeouts, you're going to run your play against man, not zone. You know.
Yeah. But before you go, Jay, I got Lakers in 7.
All you guys, including Craig, because he's been around with the fam and played with us for years. This reminds me of the games we play in the circuit. We haven't played, obviously, due to COVID, but my only fear is when you're playing against this team, they have nothing to lose. So it's like when we go out and we play these games, we play really hard, and no one expects us to win. And even if you lose, everybody's like, man, that team was great. They play hard. They're well coached. That's my only concern with the Lakers. When that game gets tight, the Miami Heat ain't supposed to win. So That's why I feel Tyler
It's
Hero
more
and,
aggressive. Oh, okay.
and Duncan Robinson, like those dudes play the way they play because they ain't supposed to be there anyway. There's no pressure. So even going here, no one believes they're going to win the series anyway, except I feel like the basketball purists know they have a chance. But there's no pressure. Like the Lakers are supposed to win this series. Like, no question. And if they don't, it's a catastrophic failure. So Miami Heat know that. So they can go in there and play as hard as they can and know at the end of the day, well,
We made it. We won.
It's good.
Does Iguodala become a factor too?
He was huge in Game 7. I mean,
But I'm saying with I guess LeBron again.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like then you got Jay Crowder too. You got people to throw at him. He's still gonna get hit.
Iguodala's been there.
Yeah,
And then
6
I
times.
got
He's
a
6 times in a row.
too, yeah.
Pops is bad.
He Laker heart. He'll be all right. Laker heart. I used to have one of them. Jay, I got a question. What do you think? Does this play a factor for every series? The Lakers had to prepare for 2 players. Against Miami, do they prepare for 2 players defensively also?
No, I think they have to prepare more for the system that Espo runs. You know, because at any given day, like the crazy part, I think I put this in our group text. Goran Dragic has been playing amazing. And last game, he's on the bench cheering on the group in a deciding game. Yeah. He wasn't even on the floor, and he arguably was their best player.
Offensively,
offensively, and against Boston, he's not even on the floor. That does make them a little more difficult. I feel like the Lakers defensively will still be okay. But again, if the game is close, I don't feel like Espo is going to allow LeBron to run loose the way that Denver did. LeBron closed out that series because I feel like Mike Malone didn't run double team. He let LeBron play one-on-one. Like, bro, nah, man. KCP, Danny Green, them dudes got to beat me, man. They got to beat me. If they beat me, we win. I'm not letting LeBron do what he did that last game. No way. And I don't feel like Espo going to allow LeBron to do that. Not saying LeBron ain't that great, man, but he's going to force somebody else to make shots. And LeBron's going to make the right pass.
Pops, do you panic if the Lakers lose game 1?
What? Did I panic when they lost game 1 against Portland?
But this the finals, though, Pops. This the finals, though. It's different. It's different.
Look,
it's different.
No panic. Why am I panicking if they lose game 1?
You really look at the Heat like they're just not even like.
No, I'm not.
You really think they're not gonna?
You guys are looking at the Heat like the Heat ain't got nobody to guard. That's my problem. Y'all looking like they have nobody to guard. Y'all acting like, man, it's LeBron.
Everyone picked the Lakers.
Yeah, they want to pick them now. But we ain't gonna get on that. That's another topic. But anyhow, Vegas even had the Lakers 30-1. Thank you. No, I'm not saying
Miami was 75-1 to make it here.
I get that.
75-1.
What was the first thing everybody said? Well, LeBron, this ain't the East, this the West.
Yeah, in his first year, he didn't make it to the playoffs.
Oh, we're not gonna do this.
But arguably, you can admit that the bubbles, whoever wins the championship is going to be the hardest path. Is based on what people have to had to go.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna mean a lot for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that I ain't saying Miami is slap. But man, we acting like the Lakers are just like they creeped in, like made it in luckily.
Pops, how are we acting like that?
Nobody said that. I was just
No, I would say this though.
Laker heart.
Okay, red blue.
I said AD was still gonna get his. LeBron's gonna get his.
Okay.
I didn't say it. I'm just giving credit to the Heat. Like we're making it seem like
they're still underrated, man. Like Lakers, Lakers are obviously the favorite, like Jay said. But all I'm trying to like reiterate, like this is not no cakewalk, man.
I didn't say it was a cakewalk. It wasn't a cakewalk.
You did.
It wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't in 5. It wasn't a cakewalk. They were just better. Man, think about that last game, even the game against Denver. Man, they held them dudes scoreless for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Scoreless. They got D. They got a team. And just like anything else, we all know all championships are won by which role player shows up. That's a fact. That's just a straight out fact.
So, Pops, question. What role player shows up for the Lakers this year?
Which one showed up this year?
Which one's gonna show up in this series? Who do you got having a good series this year? Like being a Robert Ory.
Kuzma.
No, I actually think I actually think Alex Caruso, because that boy got deep. That boy got some defense. I'll say Alex Caruso. If he can still out, there's a reason why Alex Caruso is at the end of the game. That dude got D, man. I didn't know he was that good with it, but he, and I ain't putting a rock in his hand the last 2 minutes of the game. But far defensively, hey, do I trust him with the ball at the end of the game? No, I got LeBron James. He better not have that ball. And Ron is even shaky sometimes at the end of the game.
That's what Skip. You guys see what Skip Bayless said about that?
We're not gonna do that. We're not doing that.
I'm not. But I would say off the cuff, because Rondo gonna be Rondo. Rondo gonna be Rondo, and that's why I think where it's gonna get tricky. If I'm Spo, I really think Spo gonna try to get Rondo to shoot as much as he can. If Rondo's hitting, it's a wrap.
I think they'll still live with Rondo shooting 8 threes a game. But just to clarify, Jay, Lakers in 6. B, Lakers in 6. Pops, yep. Lakers in 5. Craig, Lakers in 6.
Yep.
And then I got Lakers in 7, man. So these are our predictions, man. Let us know who you got down in the comments. It's gonna be a good series, man. Make sure you guys watch it. All right. But this is history. I'm my boy Jay Lloyd. BG. Pops. Greg. Till next time, man. Yeah.